What up? What up? Sporting new hat, new D hat, Detroit. Gracias to my sister for this Christmas present. Um, Today's topic is I want to see what you guys think about this situation because I saw a video. I'm not gonna mention no names because I see a lot of That's the only thing I don't like about like the YouTube trends. I made a video about that, but I saw a podcaster that brought another podcaster, and he cut him off. He cut him off due to the fact that I guess he made a video with a guy that was a PC or a rat or however you want to call it. Uh, and I just want to see what you guys think about this situation. What's your opinion? Because I want to see what if it's something really that deep or if it's something not that deep into what I'm gonna talk about. Because obviously, if you're from the streets, if you're in jail because somebody ratted on you, obviously, it is a serious thing, or whatnot, you know. But I have, for example, I've never been gang related. I've never been into jail, gracias a Dios. I've never been to the pen, never got locked up. You know, when it comes to the law, I got caught for doing graffiti a couple times when I was younger. You know, a lot of my friends that I grew up with, they did become gang bangers, and a lot of them are going in and out of jail. A lot of them are into that politics stuff, from what I understand. But you know, so being from Santana, you're gonna still be involved in a lot of that stuff. Growing up, and to see a lot of stuff, and for a long time, like I was a tagger. You could call it a tag banger. But I used to roll with a couple homies too, you know, stuff like that. But I never considered myself a gangster. I never considered myself a killer. I never put my mind state into that thought, you know. But over the years, you know, I have friends that have done 15 years in jail already and stuff like that. So I've, like recently, like I'm not affiliated, like I'm a family man now. I'm 34 years old. And for a long time, you know, like I still hang out with some of my boys that I knew when I was a kid, that they're into their desmadre, that are still my good friends in reality. But there's a respect, you know, there's a respect where I don't ask too much questions. I don't ask questions. I don't get involved in their business and what they're talking about. I don't hang out with as in groups. Once in a while, I'll go have a beer with my friends. Once in a while, you know, I haven't seen them in years. This guy, for example, he probably did just get out, and they invited me, hey, let's go have a beer over here at a bar and whatnot, but not associating with any hood stuff, you know. Yeah, they might be affiliated, but to some extent, I'm like, you know what? I'm a grown man, and I have a right. Obviously, if something happens, you know, I know better. I'm like, if they get into a fight, I know better than going, you know. But gracias a Dios, it hasn't, you know. Then I as friends, and you have to back them up. But I know, gracias a Dios, it hasn't happened like that. It doesn't, you know. And just go have our beers, chit chat. How you been? Get a little drunk, come back home. You know, that's pretty much it. If they do something after, that's their problemas. If they're into the hustle game, that's their cosas. You know, I don't get involved. You know, I just go to work. I take care of my family the best possible way that I can, pay my bills, hang out with family. And like I said, I do have friends that are involved, and I got friends that are in jail that even still call me, you know, how you been? It's been like 5, 6, 7 years that I haven't seen them, and randomly they'll call me. How you get my number? Through IG, or this guy gave me your number. I just wanted to say what's up. But around the long, as time passes by, um, like I said, this is regarding to a podcast. I guess it's a little older, but it's always been a topic because I do a podcast. And recently, one of my boys, I still say that not in a bad way, but I just want to think because I'm not affiliated in what I'm me. I'm me, and that's it. You know, obviously, you do the time, you do the crime, anything you do in life. You know, I still have that mentality. You don't rat. Even at work, sometimes it's like, you don't rat, this guy did that. Let him be. He's on his own. If he gets caught, he gets caught. There's situations like that. But for an example, let's just say there is this guy, they stopped his podcast because he affiliated or did a podcast with somebody that was a rat and informant. But in the case, like I have a friend that I think he did 15 years and he got into the politics in jail. I'm not gonna mention no names, like I said, I'm not here to mention nobody's names. I'm not trying to get clout like that neither. But I'm just saying, like, when he was out here, he was a cool guy, bro. We had each other's backs. He was older than me, maybe like 5 years older than me. So I kind of looked up to him. I'm like, this guy is a cool guy. Unfortunately, maybe like 15 years ago, he got arrested for whatever he did. Um, and like I knew a lot of his family too, growing up. And in the meantime, as the years would go by, hey, how's this guy? How's so and so? You talk to him? Like, nah, we don't talk to him because unfortunately his family's involved in the street life. So they're like, we don't talk to him no more. I'm like, what do you mean? He's your cousin. He's this, he's that. Yeah, but he's not doing too good. He's doing stuff he's not supposed to in jail, and it's a no-no. It turns out, from my understanding, he's a dropout. And yeah, I was like, damn, that sucks. This was in the meantime. It's been 15 years later, and he actually hit me up on Instagram. And I was surprised because I'm like, we were so cool. And he hit me up on Instagram. He didn't give me details of his story. I didn't ask. He in reality just asked, hey, my boy, me and you were good friends at one point. I saw your Instagram. I want to say hi to you. I remember your mom. Your mom was nice to me. Hopefully she's doing well. Hopefully eventually down the line, aside from everything else, we could sit down and chit chat, like friends. And in reality, I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I mean, I also want to get your guys' opinion. To some extent, depending what he did, that's his own pedo at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm not affiliated. I know my boys are, but it's like, it's kind of weird because I'm like, I'm like now that I'm older, I'm like, well, you know what? His pedo is his pedo. As long as it doesn't pour on out to me or anybody, like, just don't mess with my stuff, and we're all good. Whatever you do, and I doesn't mean I'm not gonna talk to you, but maybe I won't affiliate with you, but I still have conversations, maybe like, how you been, how you doing, how's everything, and blah blah blah. Let's move on. But I get it to some extent in my own head. I'm like, I have to have respect for my friends, for a lot of my people that I know over the years, because I don't only know, I also know people that have businesses that never even knew what being in beef or in the streets or running around in the streets is. There, I also know people like that. That's why I understand, and not everybody looks up to that life. Not everybody even respects that life. Nobody even cares about that life sometimes, because there's different worlds. In reality, that world, once you start to know people, that world is, I'm being honestly speaking, even if you're a badass, you're still low level in the real world. You know what I mean? You're still low level. People don't respect you. People don't give you that respect. Maybe you killed 100 people and you're respected wherever you're respected at. But in the real world, hey, you're a killer. I ain't getting around you. People have family. People have this. But I even thought, like, what if I bring him in my podcast? I asked a friend or two, what do you think of that situation? And they're like, I don't know, man. It's up to you. I don't think it'll be held against me. Why? Because, like I said, I've never been into politics. I just kind of know what. Why not bring him and tell his side of the story? But I also don't want to, like I said, disrespect nobody. But what would you guys think? If for somebody that's not affiliated, and maybe it's a guy that's actually trying to change, he's actually trying to change. Maybe he did something wrong in there and he literally drops it. Because I understand there's people that go to jails and they become PCs or whatnot, however you call it, because I don't want to talk words that I don't know. But what if they really do try to change their life after that? They leave it and completely just head straight and they just want to tell their story. What do you guys think about that? Is it something legitimate? Is it something respectable? Obviously, I'm gonna do what I want. Like I said, I'm a grown man. Ain't nobody pay my bills. Ain't nobody, ain't nobody feed me. Ain't nobody buy me my mic. To actually tell me what I can and can't do. Um, but nobody puts clothes on my back. Um, Besides my mama on Christmas. But otherwise, like what do you guys think about that? Like depending the situation, depending the story, depending the life they're gonna continue to move, do you guys think is something wrong? Because in my opinion, like I said, that podcast that I was seeing where they cut them off, I guess they talked about it after, but I'm like, and I understand the situation too, because it's people that are involved in certain things in life that you just play by the rules, or you get the consequences. But I was like, who cares if this guy, he's an old man already, he's a grown man. He's trying to spread a message and maybe help people out too, because nobody's perfect in life. Nobody's perfect at all in life. People make mistakes, you know, throughout any part of the world you live in. People make mistakes at work. I made mistakes at work. Was like, I should have stayed in this company and I probably would have been rich by now. But I made the mistake to abandon it and start all over doing something. Why? Because I was not in the right mindset. And it's like nobody's ever really in the right mindset till you get it done, till you do it, till you're there. So I just wanted to give your opinion on that. Obviously, there's other factors too. If they're child molesters, if they've raped people, and obviously I'm not gonna associate with that in general, whether I've been to jail or not. There's just some things you don't accept in life, even if they've changed. It's like from far, hey, you do your thing, I do mine. But otherwise, like what if somebody's trying to make a change and not want to live a certain type of lifestyle no more? Is it our is it our is it our como se dice? Is it our duty to judge them? Because at the end, God's gonna judge us all. We're not perfect. Eso es lo que digo. But what do you guys think about that? Like, what if, you know? Because I know a guy that I think he PC'd up in jail, and I haven't seen him in years. And I saw him in the streets, and he said hi to me. He said hi to me, and I'm like, I just heard through my friends that this guy PC'd up, but I hadn't had contact with him. And before he went to jail, we actually did a song together. And I think he just was on drugs and whatnot, and he got PC'd up, and I hadn't seen him. But then one day he saw me and he just says, "Hey, you're still doing music?" He's like, "I'm trying to get my stuff together." He was working at a gas station. He's like, "I'm trying to feed my family." And I just said to him, "Good for you, bro." You know what I mean? Hopefully one day we could hang out, and if not, then not. But I was actually busy too. I'm like, but I whatever he did, that's his pedo. From what I understand, he didn't do nothing out of nothing. He just didn't want to be affiliated with stuff in jail. So I guess they put a tag on him, but at the end of the day, is that wrong? Like, for everybody to shine him out, to be looked upon because he doesn't want to be a part of a certain thing. But hey, like I said, I'm not part of that world. I never got deep into that world. I've been around. Like I said, we all have our little times here and there. But I can never say I was a gangbanger, hardcore gangbanger. I can never say I went to jail. I can never say I was part of that life. Y también gracias a Dios, because now I have my house. Well, that's another story too. But I also have a friend that I was a real good friend with. He was a real good friend. But like I said, after a while, I started kind of like, I had a family now. And your mind starts changing through the years. But I have a friend that also went to jail. And one of my good friends that I still talk to was like, well, I don't want to say names, but blah, blah, blah. I almost said it, but he went PC'd up. And like I said, every once in a while, I still hang out with my old friends, but they don't affiliate me. They don't look at me a certain way. They just look at me by who I am and my name, and let's drink some beers, and that's it, bro. They don't involve me in anything they don't need to be involved me of. I have my certain respect with them, and that's it. you know, but but yeah, he, you know, and I even got into a fight with this guy at one point, you know, not because of that. This was before, but it's like we're still good friends, you know. We're still good friends, and and it's like, what do I not? That's his pedo, but he's still kind of trying to tell me what's up, how you been, and like, do I not say that, you know? So what's your guys' opinion on that? Like, maybe in regards to, obviously, if you're in that world, you're not gonna talk to them, you're not gonna mess with them, and that's your own right. That's your own opinion. That's your own thought. That's your own laws. But what if it's a guy that did a mistake 20 years ago and now he's just living his life with his family and friends and left that life a long time ago, but he still has that stamp? Is there something wrong with that? Um, is there something like, even you, like maybe you're not even involved no more? Why should you make it a big deal if you're not involved in that street life no more? Because you're older or whatnot. You know, what's your opinion on that? Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Like I said, I'm not here to offend nobody. It's just an opinion I have, a thought I've had. Cause I'm like, why not bring my old friend over? I haven't done it. I haven't asked him for the same reason. It's like, pa que me meto donde no debo? But what do you guys think of that situation? Like, let me know. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm out.